Hey, what's up? Scott Balkum here with Imagination Creation Films, and well, today I am out here in Utah, in Bonneville Salt Flats, and I'm just kind of hanging out. It's I spent the day on the actual flats itself, and got a little bit of filming done that I intended to do. And I mean, there's not a whole lot you can film on a giant flat white salty surface, but I did what I could. And yeah, I'm just kind of hanging out up here, up in the mountains a little bit, mountains, and just kind of waiting for the Milky Way to come out. It's gonna come up like this way, but yeah, I mean it's pretty cool. So it's hard to see. That's the salt flats there. If I was up higher, which I was for a little bit, but it I couldn't get a campsite set up that would allow me to sleep with my head upwards as opposed to down. I don't know why that seems to happen over and over again, but if you sleep with your head down, you wake up in the morning, you have one heck of a headache. So I don't do that. I always, hey Bill, how are you, man? So I don't sleep with my head down. I sleep with my head up. So I look for a campsite that I can at least turn around. I mean, I could have always turned around on any of those campsites, but I wanted my door to face the salt flats. Felt like it'd be a little more, I don't know, fun to be able to just kind of reach in and grab a cigar or dinner or what have you. Bill, what's going on, man? See, your lighthouses are coming out. There were several lighthouses that were on the California coast that I really wanted to get to. I couldn't get to them for rain, fog, various reasons. And there was, I think, one in Oregon that I was trying to get to. That I mean, nothing was cooperating, but you know, it is what it is. We sign up for this. Oh! Don't kick the phone. Orientation is locked. Okay, cool. Thanks. Oh, how about that? We'll kick the phone. I have it balanced on top of my red, so I can sit back and use my hands up. Yeah, they can be. Yeah, it's true, but they can also be beautiful. And it's. What would you rather shoot? Would you rather shoot hey, Gerald. Would you rather shoot a lighthouse in the morning sunrise or a lighthouse in the evening sunset? I have my opinion. I'd be interested to hear what yours is. Um, yeah, just kind of hanging out here at Bonneville. Well, just up in the BLM land that's above it, sunset. Yeah, yeah, I can definitely. I, to me, it's easier to control because you can see where the sun's going to go, and you can get set up. Whereas the sunrise, you're like, ah, crap, it's risen. So what do I do? I actually like the golden light myself. People say my stuff's too warm because I really like to embrace that golden light, but I like warmth. I don't know what it is. Hey, Kerwin, how are you, man? How's Korea? You can get some nice fog mist in the morning. That's true. Or you could be where I was and always get. Hey, Richard, always get some fog and mist. I mean, it's been at least over 1 week of my schedule so far has been smoke, rain, mist, and fog, and everything that I'm shooting is more far off. I'm doing more grand stuff with some closer up stuff, but mostly grand. And grand doesn't work with fog. It just doesn't work at all. How's that place you're at? Not currently. Place I'm at, not currently. Well, I'm currently right here. Um, there's the salt flats. You can see them off in the distance. It's kind of hard to see. Well, I mean, it's golden. I hate Siri changing my words. Well, stop typing with Siri. This gold right here is actually salt flats. It's just got the sunset going on. This is the smoothest part right here. It is quite long. And then the Milky Way is going to be right over there about 10 o'clock. I don't know how well that's going to play with, there's a small little town over there. So I don't know how well that's going to play with that. I feel like throwing my head through my computer right now. Oh, learn to type. It's fun. Or you can use thumbs and just fat thumb it like I do. Yeah, really, the direction of the Milky Way is going to be um, there's like a gas station in a small town, and there seems to be some kind of haze. And maybe that's just the mountains with the sunset. That is possible because it's kind of casting like a dark shadow that way. No, there's stuff. I don't know. Maybe it's just hazy and you can't see it during the day, but we'll see what it does tonight. So, how's everyone? No, the frame rate stuff. Yes, yes. Always double check your frame rate. And quite honestly, I mean, 24 is the correct frame rate, but almost nothing supports it. Um, so 2398 or 23976. Always make sure you're in it. Always. I mean, we all make this mistake. I was so happy with my GH5 that would shoot 24p directly and not 23976 that I was shooting it all in 24. And then when I would do audio or do a beat cam with like the G7, it shoots in 23976. It wouldn't sync up. It was irritating me. I did that one live stream with Bill at the Cigar Lounge, and we had multiple cameras all set up. And I had hell getting that. I never got it. I don't know how it got to 25. You slid your finger and went, oops. That's how it happens. Hey, Kerwin, how's Korea, man? How's it treating you? Is it hot over there? Seems like you said it was really hot last time. Is it cooling down yet, or are you just kind of peaking up? It is really quiet out here, which I like. I'll sleep like a baby, and it's supposed to be cooler tonight. I don't know. Hopefully, this video is a little clearer. I have like 3 bars of LTE, so this should be one of my better live streams, at least from here. I guess I could turn around. So you could all just look at the salt flats rather than the van. Would that be more interesting? Yeah. All right, I'll do that. Let's do that. Let's take this. I'm just kind of shifting on the fly here. We're just going to spin the camera around. I'm using my red handle as a balancing act. Balancing act. Oh, so what did somebody say? Somebody said something. I couldn't read it. Sorry. Oops. Live chat. Go back to there. Can I have a shout out? Um, didn't you just shout out yourself? Okay, there we go. Now we're looking at Bonneville, and so everything is wonderful except I'm a little bit shadowed, but I can make. I mean, I could go out there and get a quasar and just pop it right out, but this trip has been a learning experience. It is. I have brought probably 5 times as much gear as I needed to, but again, I had no idea what I was going to be shooting when or where. Um, keep up the good work. Thanks. I have no idea what. Oh, there's a cave over there. Ooh. Yeah, I had no idea what I was going to shoot. I was preparing to shoot a lot of stuff, and then it just didn't happen. Mostly with the driving the back roads. Thanks, Prototype Gaming. Um, the uh, the the driving the back roads. Wish I had more quasars. Well, you can always buy more quasars. Driving the back roads was great for viewing stuff and wanting to pull over and shoot stuff. Lousy for internet. I mean, lousy. In fact, really, really bad. There were times, days that I didn't have. I mean, you guys know, but I didn't have any connection at all. No ability to have a connection. I couldn't even get a phone connection. It was weird. And now, as I'm kind of heading home slowly, I've still got quite a bit to do down through Utah and then over. Um, ha, the I've got quite a bit left, but I'm heading home and I'm doing more freeways along the way. Uh, they they allow for at least better cell phone reception and well, I mean LTE. I'm assuming they put up LTE on here because of all the crashes on Bonneville, and they couldn't get a phone call out, so they said let's put up a tower. Makes sense to me. So what's going on in y'all's world? I know Richard's got frame rate problems because he selected the wrong frame rate. Bill, you're what are you up to other than doing lighthouses right now? Um, Kerwin, what are you doing? Gerald, what are you doing? Kerwin, you never said a word. What's up, dude? You just stop in and say hey, and then you just like drop out. That's just not right. That's not how we operate here. That's a pretty good picture. Yeah. Anything that's tagged with R3D is a still I pulled from footage from the red, and I only started doing that on certain stuff. But I mean, I've got 8 terabytes of data right now. And I mean, it's not as much as I wanted, but I mean, it could have been worse. I mean, there was an entire week that I couldn't film anything. But I mean, I've been pulling stills from the. We finally shot our first big with GH5S editing machine. Oh yeah, that's cool. G5S treating you nice. Uh, hey, prototype, thanks. So, um, the stills from there, I thought, wow, it is not much work to just grab a still real fast while I'm copying the footage over. And I mean, it's just light grading on there, and then pop a still out, and I mean, I am just dumbfounded with it. It is so beautiful every time I shoot with the red. It just the quality of footage compared with the 5D you used for is not. Yeah, it is. You are correct on that. It is. I mean, it's just every time I fire this Dragon up, it's breathtaking, which makes it hard for me to upgrade. I know that if I upgraded, things would get even better, but I'm just so blown away with this Dragon every time I use it. So I mean, it's beautiful for landscapes, and I just love that. I've been shooting a lot with the Takina Vista Primes. I think I've got enough footage now to put together a nice little Vista Prime um, branded kind of story there. I mean, there's still some other stuff I want to shoot with them, but I think I've finally got enough footage using them because I mean, nature is funny. You're either shooting super wide or you're shooting really telephoto. I mean, right now on here, I've got that the Sigma 150 to 600 with a 2X on it, so that's 1200 millimeters, and that's what I was using down at Bonneville for most of the shoot with a few of the Vista Primes. Yeah, so I mean, I'm constantly flip flopping around, and that gets me a pain in the butt. And I don't know, man, what is up with the salt? It feels like it's wet, but I don't think it's wet because it clumps to your feet, and then you can't get it out. I've been sweeping and sweeping and sweeping the van, and just giant clumps of salt in there, which is not good. I'm sure I'll have like rust problems underneath my van. So be it. Already thinking about improvements for leg 2 of this journey. What I'm going to do, how I'm going to do it. Better CPU for my Mac Pro 6:1. Yeah, it takes a while to render it. Yeah, it's true. Um, where do you render it? Why do you render? Are you rendering to edit? I work natively. I always work with the native file format, and Premiere just does a really good job with that. So I don't render anything except for the final output. Excuse me. Yeah. We slept at the rest area in Nevada last night. This guy was just driving through because I was going to go to Tahoe because I had been to Tahoe like 15, 20 years ago. Holds moisture. Yeah, maybe. Um, I've been there like 20 years ago, and I got some great stills from there. And I went this time. It was so incredibly packed. It was unreasonable. It took me hours to get through there, and so I was like, "Screw this!" And I looked around Reno. There's nothing to shoot in Reno. It's just like four casinos and a couple of, I don't know, buildings. And I just said, well, I'm going to head towards Salt Lake. I was going to go down to Sequoia National Forest, but that is 7 hours down and 7 hours up. Um, no, it doesn't. It should not be rendering. It should not be rendering. Well, it depends on the type of changes you're making. Do your edit before you make any changes, and then grade and color correct and all that. And yeah, that'll make it a lot easier on you. Um, so yeah, I'm just heading to Salt Lake. I'm gonna try to meet up with a buddy there. I don't know if he's in town. It's holiday weekend, but hopefully he's available, and we'll do lunch. Otherwise, I'm just gonna cruise on down and start hitting some of the national parks and such down south. Not really a sunset this direction because the sun's that way and the mountain is blocking the sun, so I'm poorly lit. I'm poorly lit. Yeah, that's pretty good. Anything else going on out there in y'all's world? Anything spectacular? I mean, I know that I haven't been online as much. CC, don't need Red Pro, like the files. I don't know. That's weird. Um, when I get back, which will probably be in just over a week, my guess, the channel is going to be fired up big time. Stuff is going to be coming out, and I know I keep saying that, but I'm full time now. I've got no other job to go to. I've got no other anything to pull me away. So it's going to be popping. I'm going to be getting stuff done, or I'm going to completely fail at this. Um, I won't fail because I won't fail. Yeah. So yeah, the channel is going to be really hopping, and going to be lots of stuff coming out. A lot of this stuff coming out. A lot of the stuff I've been filming. I have been filming. I've done several tutorials. I've done several walkthroughs. I got them all filmed and copied and duplicated. Uh, I just can't upload them. I just don't have any bandwidth. I haven't edited the pieces yet because I need some of this footage to finalize and put in there. But then I'll be uploading a whole bunch of stock footage, just all kinds of stuff. I got nothing either. So it's you know big changes coming ahead. I'm absolutely full time now. So if anybody's watching this and you need a DP or cam op, let me know. I will fit you in my schedule if I absolutely can, if the project's right. I mean, I'm not I'm not super picky, but I'm also not I'm not just going to do anything. But yeah, I want to do a lot more like music videos coming up, a bunch of narratives, a lot of the little short stories that I've been working on. We're going to work on filming those because I will have the time. So yeah, lots coming up on the channel. Anybody got any questions for me while I've got a captive audience here watching just nothing happening at Bonnevile back there in the background? Any questions at all that I can answer or anything? Hey, Tyler. How's it going? That's Bonneville Salt Flats in the back. Just for the record, the van goes an indicated 83 miles an hour max speed, 87 through GPS. There's some GoPro footage of it that I have strapped to the front. um, Anybody got any questions or anything? You're out of my price. Well, yeah, I mean, we all have our prices, and we gotta do what we gotta do. I would say to you, Richard, I'm not out of your price range. You're not budgeting enough for your shoots. Yeah, you're under quoting, and you need to quote higher, and then I'll come down and I'll shoot for you. Um, what was that? That was weird. Yeah, any other questions or anything going on before I close this one out? It's been, what, 20 minutes? Yep. All right, well, as always, if you have any questions or comments, do feel free to put those in the comment section down below. I do try to read and respond to each and every one, even if it's just to say thank you. Also, follow me on all the social medias at Scott Balkum. I am on all of them, and happy to have you join along. Also, click that subscription button on this YouTube channel, because this channel is going places. It really will. Click that little alert bell next to it. That'll let you know every time I upload. Or, having a good night too, Richard. It'll also let you know when I'm live streaming, because you want to know, right? And I'm trying to build a great community, and I really think you'll be a part of it. Also, I do have a Patreon. If you want to support me on Patreon, I greatly appreciate all of my Patreon supporters. Feel free to click on that link down below, and just help me out any way you can. And yeah, as you bet. As always, as I like to leave it, don't let your passions center around your life. Let your life center around your passions. Oh man, Tyler, you can rewatch this one. There's 21 minutes of it. You can do it. I believe in you. I believe in you. All right, y'all have a great evening from Utah.